Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about the basic of Dataproc and which all commands or we are using in day-to-day life. So like firstly, firstly I want to tell for Dataproc we can write things via Google Console also, like we can create all the clusters or create all the jobs or create all the templates via Google Console also and command line also. But in real, as a data engineer, you need to do all the activity via command line only. So there is no Google Cloud Console option. So let's try to understand firstly some basic of Dataproc, and then we will proceed with the further commands. Okay. So firstly, what is the Dataproc? So Dataproc, it is a service. Is a service for Hadoop workload, and so it is a basic service for the Hadoop workload, and it is cost effective. Okay, and like here in Dataproc we have feature of auto scaling. Auto scaling means whenever you want to increase or decrease the cluster, so you can easily do that, and it can integrate with Google Query. So as you know, Google BigQuery is your data warehouse. Okay, so we can easily integrate all our jobs with the Google BigQuery itself. So here, like hardware and configuration, we can easily manage. So hardware in the terms of how many number of virtual machine required, how many RAM is required, so we can easily update and do the things. Okay, so here like version control or version management is also there. Version management is also there. So so firstly, if we are talking about what is Dataproc, so Dataproc is the service for the Hadoop workload. Okay, whatever your job like on-premises jobs are there which are currently running on the your on-premises, so simply you can lift and shift all the jobs into the Dataproc and you can execute that. Okay, so how we can execute that? So there are two ways. One is the Google Console and another one is the cloud SDK, that is the command line kind of thing where we can write all the things. So in that way we can do that. Okay, so there are another advantage, like we can easily integrate with the Google BigQuery. Hardware and configuration is very easy. Version management is very easy. Okay, and few another thing, like it is super fast. Okay, super fast. We can create cluster easily. So cluster, what is the cluster? Cluster meaning, cluster is nothing, like it is the set of machine. Cluster means set of machines. Okay, so here we can create cluster easily. We can resizable cluster easily. Okay, and we can so we can save money as well. Okay, so how we can save money? We can save money via just like after the cluster, after the use of the cluster, we can switch off by turning off the clusters. Okay, so these are the few basic advantage of this. So now let's understand few basic commands which we are generally writing on the SDK, Google SDK. Okay, so it is like a command line. So how we can write? So just try to understand few basic thing. Okay, so here the first keyword is gcloud. It is always same. So whatever the query you are writing, or whatever the command you are writing, not query but whatever the command you are writing, it's always start with the gcloud. After that, Dataproc. So these two keywords are the compulsory here. Okay, after that you can use clusters. Okay, so these cluster have multiple things. So firstly we will try to understand by all the cluster command. Okay, so first is like create a cluster. Okay, so this is the command like where you can use gcloud dataproc cluster create. Okay, after that we can mention another thing, like we can mention cluster name. Okay, we can mention that cluster name, we can mention. Okay, after that we can mention backslash. Okay, so why this backslash we are using that? This backslash indicate that this is not the ending of that, this is not the ending of your command, like your command is still continue. Okay, so it's up to you, you can write all the command in one line also, but I think it's better by using slash, and so that you can write your code in the next line, so that it's more good for the readable perspective. Okay, similarly if we want to pass any parameter here, for example I want to pass num masters 3. Okay, similarly num sorry, I'm sorry. So similarly num workers 2. Okay, so in this way we can mention all the this. So this double hyphen indicate that these are the parameter of your query or your command. Okay, so it's easy. Okay, so few, let's understand quickly few another command. gcloud dataproc clusters, it's always remain same. These gcloud and dataproc always same. Cluster is there are three kind of option: cluster, job, template. So firstly we will try to understand all the cluster job. So after that cluster we can mention list. So what it will do, it will mention all the list. What will the output of this? List all the Dataproc cluster in your project. Okay, similarly but we can use gcloud Dataproc clusters describe. Okay, it will what it will do, it will describe the configuration and status of a specific specific cluster. Okay, so similarly we have a few another command, like if we want to delete the cluster, what we can use gcloud dataproc clusters delete. Okay, similarly if we want to update any cluster, gcloud dataproc clusters and update. Okay, similarly we have another command, like we want to start any cluster, gcloud dataproc clusters start. If we want to end any cluster, gcloud dataproc clusters stop. Okay, so these are few basic commands. So there is one another command, if you want to diagnose, gcloud dataproc clusters diagnose. Okay, so in this way So these are some basic command which we can use in our day-to-day life. If you are working on the Dataproc, so you always need to enter all the commands via SDK. SDK is nothing like a command line thing where you can put all this thing, like it's very easy. You need to remember, if you are new to this, you need to remember only few things. Few keywords are there. gcloud is always there. You are working on Dataproc, so Dataproc is there, and after that cluster, if you are working on cluster, so after that in cluster we have different command, like to create the cluster, to update the cluster, to start the cluster, to stop the cluster, to diagnose the cluster, to delete the cluster, to describe the cluster, or to show all the list of the project. Okay, I think it's good. So now there are few another commands related to gcloud jobs. So gcloud Dataproc. So initially you remember that we are using the cluster, but now here we will use the jobs. Okay, so what we will do is jobs. Okay, so if you want to submit any job, then we will use the submit. gcloud Dataproc job submit. Okay, similarly if you want to list all the jobs which are currently going on, gcloud Dataproc jobs and list. Okay, similarly if you want to understand another thing, gcloud Dataproc jobs describe. Okay, similarly if you want to cancel any job, so what you can do, gcloud Dataproc jobs cancel. Okay, so these are very easy thing, you can easily remember. Only few keywords are required, that is the gcloud, then Dataproc. So either you are putting cluster, either you are putting jobs, and after that if you want to start, update, stop, delete, submit, list, describe, cancel, these are the different buttons. So you can create your cheat sheet as well. Okay, so after that, like for example, if we want to see the example of how it's look, Dataproc, for example, we are entering the cancel jobs cancel, and after that what we need to provide here, we need to provide job ID. Okay, job ID we need to provide, and after that what we need to provide, that is the reason we need to provide, in which region it is located. Okay, so after that we have few another command is there which is helpful. So next is gcloud, again Dataproc. Okay, wait a second, caps lock was on. gcloud Dataproc. Okay, and then workflow templates create. Okay, so this will helpful to for a creative workflow template for managing job sequence or Dataproc. Okay, similarly which another command we can use, gcloud Dataproc workflow templates and instantiate it. So this this will helpful for a template to execute a sequence of a job in that. Okay, so any question, like any concern? So I think it's very easy. Okay, so if you want to see one full example how we will write the code, gcloud Dataproc clusters. Okay, and after that you will mention create my cluster. Okay, okay, after that you need to put slash because you will continue. After that you need to give the parameter region equal to region Okay, then slash, because still you want to put another thing, you want to provide num worker detail. Okay, num worker, for example 2, again backslash, again master machine, type equal to n minus standard, for, then backslash, similarly worker hyphen machine hyphen type equal to n1 hyphen standard hyphen 4. So these are the things which we are generally following. Thank you all.